What does it take? Changing paradigms. Law is nothing more than policy distilled in legal form and language. But policy is a mirror image of paradigm. What if your paradigm is the paradigm of extraction and consumption? Your laws will be tailor fit to that paradigm. What is a paradigm? It is the set of assumptions, values, and ideas by which a society operates. What is the assumption? The assumption is that these life sources are limitless. The value is that more is better. The more expensive it is, if it is a Hermes, it is better path. If it has more expensive gold or more expensive car, it's better. Wrong. I ask my students, do you want a BMW 7 Series? Yes, sir. Do you want to pay for the price of it? What is the price there? Well, the price is that you have to work 28 hours a day to be able to pay for that. Just to be able to ride a car that is so expensive. You know, I like this Yogi Berra, I think he said, you only need so much to live. The rest is for showing off. So we cannot, Einstein said, you cannot solve a problem using the same mindset that created the problem in the first place. If the problem, the paradigm of extraction and consumption got us into the problems that we're in now, the opposite, conservation, protection, and restoration, CPR, is the solution. First, paradigm shift. Environment. It's not about the birds and the bees, it is about life and the sources of life. Two, the most basic human right is the right to life and the right to the sources of life. In that sense, environmental security, therefore, is the highest form of national security. Somebody can invade you, but if that will take time. But if you have 3 days without water, all of you and all of us will die. Now, changing paradigm development. We call these countries developed and us developing. Maybe you are more developed than us economically. You have the Petronas. You have those towers here. But to call them developed and us developing, we should not call them that. It makes us feel inferior. More important, it makes us want to copy them. Wrong. As the lady was saying, there is only one earth. If we copy them, we'll run out of earths. Unless we go to the moon, there's nothing in the moon. We should not call them developed countries, we should call them over-consuming countries. OCCs. You know what OC is? In psychology? Obsessive compulsive. It is a psychological disorder that is characterized by the excessive hoarding of material things. Probably that is a good description of them. And we should call ourselves low-consuming countries. We should not copy them, therefore they should copy us. You know, when you change words, you change meanings. When you change meanings, eventually you change mindsets. And shifting the paradigm economics from consumption to conservation, protection. It's also called natural capitalism, green economics, sustainable economics. But the point is, we cannot use the capital of the earth and get away with it. We must learn to use only the interest. These are some of the activities. Restoring soils, restoring marine ecosystems, putting up rainwater catchments. We are going to be faced more and more with more rain. And unless we understand that and prepare for it, we will continue to suffer flooding. Flooding is not water in the wrong place, it is mud in the wrong place. You have a pond, you fill it up, then you build a house, and then you complain of flooding. Who was there in the first place? You or him? Or you or water? Who is stupid? You, mud, or water? Car-based transportation system. We know it is wrong. Look. Can you stand up, sir? Can you extend your left arm like this? Look at this. Here, extend your left arm. This is, yeah, whatever. This is about 1 square meter. Standing up, he is occupying 1/8 of a square meter. Sit down, sir, please. Sitting down, he occupies about 1/8 or 1/8, 1/4, 1/5. No, never mind, 1/2 of a square meter. But use a car and you occupy 10, at least 12 square meters. It's a waste of space. Plus all the disadvantages of a car-based system. Use of oil, use of metals, car accidents. In the Philippines now, we're having carnapping. I said, if we didn't have cars, we will not have carnapping incidents. This is what my new campaign is now. My case in the Supreme Court is on the way to resolution because when the government found out that they did not have a defense after all, because we had a law which required, it's a 1989 law, which required all the villages to have rainwater collectors. Not one has put up a rainwater collector. So the new Solicitor General, we have a new government, the new Solicitor General is a friend of mine. So he wrote, when they prepared the comment, and they were required by the Supreme Court to comment, and then he scratched his head, and then he called me on my cell phone. I was at the airport going somewhere, and says, hey, can you just discuss this instead of going? I said, yeah. And then so we met last week with the secretary, with the minister, and then on Tuesday, we're meeting with the lower level to discuss the design of the rainwater collectors, and then we will enter into, how do you call it here, a consent decree, a compromise agreement, which we will submit to the court, and then which we will have the court approve, and then make it, make it an enforceable law. This is my dream. Wide walkways, wide bicycle lanes, transportation system, and then edible gardens right in the city. I don't know about you, but we have 30% of our people are poor, hungry. Imagine, we have the richest soil, yet we have poor, hungry people. Why? Because we've cemented everything. Instead of planting banana, planting vegetables, green energy systems, all of this. In other words, my friends, the business of business is not money. The business of business is happiness. All of these are tools for happiness. Say there was a study conducted by a clinical psychologist of Oxford. Says there are 3 things that lead to genuine happiness. 1 is family and social relations. 2 is satisfaction at work. And 3, leisure. These are the examples of the countries in the Philippines. We have examples. I am actually now trying to write a book. I've already done my reading, except that I cannot just get 1 month of my time doing nothing except write. Singapore, to the credit of Singapore, they have a garden city. They have a good transportation system. But now it's not as good as it was before. They have started giving out their COEs more generously, more extravagantly, in fact. There. Oh, right here, Kuala Lumpur. See, last September, I don't know who among you attended, but if you will see this, Richard Branson, one of the entrepreneurs, one of the maverick entrepreneurs of the world, Richard Branson says Asia was here, and the other big speaker was a consultant, an environmental activist. It shows that the trend, not trend, but the movement, is also called the LOHAS movement, the lifestyle, health, and sustainability. That, my friends, we need to restore the values that we in Asia are only too keen about. The value of family, of community, of thrift, of savings, of economic efficiency, of self-reliance. After all, my friends, we in Asia, we live in the richest and most beautiful country, beautiful region of the earth. My friends, will we succeed? Are we on a fool's errand? Am I on a fool's errand? Why am I doing this? I'm not making any money. I'm spending my money. Spending money that I do not have. It's a good thing I have not yet been kicked out of my wife, by my wife. In due time, I guess. Will we succeed? Maybe you have younger brothers. Maybe you have children. It is not our future at stake. 20 years from now, I will be in a rocking chair, if not being feasted by the worms. But many of you will still be around, you will still be finished. You will just have started your families. And you have growing children. It is his future at stake. My youngest son, I took that 2 years ago, 3 years ago. We went fishing. But because it is their future at stake, my friends, they say we are not wired. Human beings are psychologically not wired to think long term. But why do we take care of our children in the first place? We just need to expand that. Instead of just taking care of our children, we should think about a bigger generation. That is probably why that case has become more famous than I would even imagine. Because it sends a simple message. A very simple message, a fundamental truth. That we cannot use up the life sources and get away with it. And because it is his future at stake, my friends, we should not ask ourselves whether or not we will succeed. Rather, we should tell ourselves in a statement that is categorical that failure is not, repeat, not an option. My friends, many of you are maybe 20 years old. A little more. 20 years ago, I fought for your right to speak and be heard. Maybe it is time that you took that right to heart and take action on it. They say, a great movement may be born in the minds of a few, but it must be spoken in the mouths of many, and it must be carried in the shoulders of all, of every man, woman, and child.